So would you acknowledge yourself for still being alive? The messages of love are needed more than ever before. Those of us who want to represent another way of looking at things, we are needed more than ever before. You know, we need to actually be what it is we say we want. And we've got to let go of waiting for everybody else to do the loving, everybody else to be the loving. It's nobody else's fault. Whatever is going on right now is not anybody else's fault. We are 100% responsible for the reality that we are creating. All of us. All of us. And I'm personally going to recommit myself to trying to be consciously taking responsibility for being a loving being on the planet for myself. I'm not holding anybody else responsible for that. I want to be the love. I want to be a channel for the love. I want to be a conduit for the love, because there's only love and there's only fear. There's just love and fear. So everything that we see going on in the world right now that seems frightening is coming from fear, and fear is coming from a sense of separation. Fear is coming from us thinking that we're separate from each other. Fear is coming from us believing that we're separate from love. So we are here to be the messengers of love. We are here to demonstrate love and recognize that what we are seeing in the world is a reflection of mass consciousness. It's a reflection of our consciousness. And so I would like to have the blocks to love removed from my consciousness. Would you like to have the blocks to love removed from your consciousness? And I want your love. I want your love. So there are two thoughts before I start with the section that the Holy Spirit told me to teach from today, quite unexpectedly 3 minutes ago, which I always listen to guidance. Guidance saved my butt a few months ago at a level that blew my mind. So I'm a big listener to that inner voice more than ever before. And the two thoughts are, love created me like itself, and love holds no grievances. Because what creates attack is grievances. It's a grievance. Everything that happened in Dallas was a result of a grievance.
Yes.
Everything that happened with the police and with the people in the car was a result of grievance, a result of fear. Fear is at the absolute, is the foundation of every bit of attack and separation that happens right now. It's coming from fear. False evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. We are fooled by false evidence appearing real. And that's what creates the attack. And you are love. The light around you is awesome. The light that I'm seeing around you is awesome. Now that light needs to radiate. So I want your love. So these are the two thoughts. So I'm going to focus on these two thoughts for about 3 minutes. About these two thoughts. What are the two thoughts? Love created me like itself, and love holds no grievances. I'm not going to teach from that. Those are just two of the thoughts that I'm going to be sharing, and I would invite you to share, to put that energy and to put that vibration out into the world. Take a breath. Everything in the world is saying to us right now. That's what every fearful mind in the world is saying right now. Love created me like itself. Love created me like itself. Now I want to invite those who like to shoot some good energy out to the world right now to come on into the room and let some energy come from you. Let that energy come out you. Let it come through your body and be a conduit. I know you can do it. To be a conduit. You're going to block the camera. your love. I want your love. Yes, I do now. I want your love. I want your love. That's what the world is saying to us really right now. I want your love. I want what? Your love. So those who don't mind saying love created me like itself. 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 Say what? Love created me like itself. Love created me. Come on, brothers and sisters, let's say it. Love created me like itself. 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 And go. I want your love. I want what? Your love. That's what our mighty brothers and sisters are saying. I want your love. I want your love. Would you be willing to give it up to your frightened brothers and sisters? I want your love. I want your love. That's what we want right now. I want your love. I want, say what? Your love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Love holds no grievances. 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 Love created me like itself. Love created us 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 like itself. Now we are entitled to miracles. We are entitled to miracles. We are entitled to miracles. We are entitled to, I'm going to claim it for us. We are entitled to miracles. 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 Forgiveness is the key to happiness. 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 Woo! Forgiveness is the key to happiness. 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 Oh yeah. Send the energy out around this world.
Yes.
Send the energy out around this world.
Yes.
You're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Yes.
You're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Oh God.
Yes, thank you.
It is a pleasure to be a messenger of love. It's a total and complete pleasure. Today we're going to talk about the healing example from the Course in Miracles. The healing example, the healing example. Since I was just told to focus on this, it's on chapter 27, page 576 in the text, Foundation for Inner Peace version, those of you in class and those of you who have books that are watching online. We have about 15,000 brothers and sisters that tune into these classes every week. And it's good to know that I'm being used to invite them to join in the healing of the planet, because we're not alone in what we're doing. So right before I came up, Spirit said, I want you to talk about the healing example. Because we need a healing example, don't you think?
Yes, yes.
So the only way to heal is to be healed. The only way to heal is to be healed. The only way to love is to be loving. The miracle, which is the healing, the love, extends without your help. So the healing extends without your help. The love that we want to see go out into this planet, it extends without your help. Thank goodness. That's the best news I ever heard. I'm glad it extends without our help, because guys, we don't exactly be on it the way we should be. Because my boss said something I didn't like. My mate didn't come home at exactly the time I wanted them to come home. My house isn't what I think it should be. My car needs to be different. I've got to get that flat screen. I got to get to the latest football game. You know, I got other things on my mind right now other than the healing of the planet. That's more important. That makes more of a difference. So I'm glad the healing and the love extends without my help. And then it goes on to say, but you are needed so that the healing can begin. It's almost like if you light a pile of papers with a match, but once you light it, then it extends without your help. But you have to light it. You have to begin it. So in a sense, it's like we're being asked to be the match today, to get the fire of love started. But first I have to get over what my parents are no longer responsible for, because it happened when I was in my childhood. I got to get over what happened to me in the 10th grade, because I got all these things on my mind that's keeping me from, really being a loving being right now. I have to get all these serious issues out of the way. I got to get that 10 pounds lost. Now when I do that, now I'm ready to be used for the salvation of the world, because surely they won't let me be used for the salvation of the world if I got these 5 pounds. Oh, I couldn't possibly be used for love unless I make at least $100,000 a year. So that's what I'm working on right now, because that really makes a difference as far as putting love out there, Right? I got other things I'm working on right now. I got to get my mate to give me a good orgasm tonight. I get that handled, or we can worry about everything else that's happening. This is what's important right now, I got to get a kiss, right? When I think about the things that I think are important relative to being the light of the world, being love on the planet, being sanity on the planet, it's so funny. It's really funny, really. What I really spend all my time thinking about, rather than my true function, which is being joy and love on this planet. So when I come in here, even though there's a part of me that feels self-conscious, whenever I express myself in an exuberant way, even though there's a part of me that feels weird when I'm putting out a lot of energy and some people are looking at me like I'm crazy, or like they're about to go to sleep, or they're dead and you wonder, why did you come? I always wonder, why you come?
True, for last rites.
Yeah, for the last rites. Okay. Thank you. Sometimes I do. I honestly wonder that. I wonder that. It's like, why did you come? if you're not willing to be a part of the healing, a part of the joining, a part of the love. Because it's enough places in the world where we cannot join. There's enough places in the world where we cannot love each other, not have joy together. You know, and at the risk of offending some people, I wonder, why do you come?
That's how they're keeping the world.
Because happiness is a decision. It's a decision. If you're going to be happy, you're going to have to decide to express love. Right. You're going to have to decide to get out of your pattern. You're going to have to decide to be loving. Decide to be joyful. There is no circumstance that's going to ever give it to you. There is no person that's going to ever make you happy. The world is a reflection of you and your consciousness. So the world is not going to give me any more love than I give to the world. The world is not going to give me any more joy than I give to it. The world isn't going to show me any more compassion than I show it. And besides that, if you look at dead and miserable, you're not going to attract anybody to you anyway. I'm not going to walk up at a party with the person that got the biggest scowl on their face, but that person would be the main one complaining that the party wasn't good. Because nobody tried to get them out of their mood. As if it's everybody else's responsibility to do that. The Course says people who stay unhappy all the time are merciless. And when I read that, I went, ooh, that sounds strong. It said people who stay unhappy all the time are merciless. Yeah, because they're walking around showing everybody what they think everybody else is doing to them. So I want you to see how miserable you're making me.
Yeah.
Because if you were different, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you see what you are not doing to make me feel good. You're not giving me the money I need. You're not giving me the physical pleasure I need. You're not giving me the specialness I need. You're not giving me the validation I need. You're not making me feel special. And I'm wondering why nobody's want to take me out to lunch. And I'm wondering why nobody comes up and talk to me. And so I walk away saying, that wasn't a very friendly group. It's you that's not friendly.
All projection.
You know? One time, instead of zooming out at the speed of light, maybe you might just for a second speak to somebody else around you. Just to try something different. So it's got to begin with me, right? He's saying it right here. He says, accept the miracle of healing, accept the miracle of the love, and it will go forth because of what it is. It is the nature to extend itself the instant it's born. So when happiness and love is born in you, when you finally let yourself have some joy, stop holding everything else and everybody else responsible for your unhappiness, then he says that once it's born, your happiness will start to grow and expand and extend itself. And then it says it's born the instant you offer it. So when you say you're ready for some love to be born, you're just saying, I'm ready to offer you some love. I'm ready to offer you some love. I'm ready to offer you some joy. So that it can finally be born and then I can receive it. Then it goes on to say, no one can ask another to be healed. So I'm not sitting up here asking all the other people in the world to be healed. So the world will finally be peaceful. So I'm going to sit up here today and we're going to pray that everybody else in the world is healed. Course in Miracles says, no, that's not the way it works. If it worked that way, it would have already worked. We've been hearing that for the last 300 years. Pray for everybody else. Ask everybody else to be healed. The Course in Miracles says, no one can ask another to be healed, but you can let yourself be healed. So I'm going to ask that I let myself be healed. You might want to ask Spirit to let you be healed. And then it says right after that, then you offer the other what you have received. Okay, I let myself be loving and sane, then I offer my sanity and my love to you. Because I can't give you what I don't have. If I don't have any joy, I can't give you any. Do you know how many people who are looking for relationships who aren't loving? Do you have any idea how many people are looking for relationships who aren't fun? Do you know how many people that are looking for relationships that are depressed? Do you know how many people that are looking for relationships who don't love themselves? But they're looking for that person in that situation to show up. And they're disgusted because it's such a trip. He says, well, the truth is I have to let myself be healed. Then I have to offer to others the healing I have received, because who can bestow upon another what they do not have? How can I give you what I don't have? How can I give you? It's like me asking you for $1,000 and you don't have no money. You can't give it to me if you don't have it. So you can't give a person joy if you have none. You can't give a person compassion if you have none. You can't give a person sanity and peace if you have none. That's why it's never selfish to put your own happiness first, because that allows you to have something to give. So let go of this idea of, I'm not going to look out for myself, and I'm not going to let myself have peace and joy, but I'm going to make somebody else happy. You're like, you don't have no gas in your tank. There's nothing to give anybody. So your first responsibility is to love yourself. It's to honor yourself. It's to do some things that you love to do just because you love to do it. To give yourself a massage, to allow yourself to feel good. That's not selfish. If more people were doing that, we wouldn't have the incredible levels of fear and violence that we're seeing. It's people who don't love themselves attacking other people for not giving them what they should be giving to themselves.
Totally.
And it's easier for me to make myself happy than anybody else.
Yeah.
I know what makes me happy, so I can go ahead and give it to myself now. I always get lucky with myself. It's when I try to focus in on somebody else that I start to, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Then it says, and who can share what they're denying themselves? The Holy Spirit speaks to you. Your loving right mind speaks to you. The love in you is speaking to you. It's not speaking to someone else. God isn't speaking to someone else. The universe is speaking to you, and it says, yet by listening to the voice of love, the voice of truth inside yourself, it extends. So how do you allow the love to extend? Here's the answer. You accept it for yourself. So the minute I accept it, it has grown. Then I share the love with you and you accept it, then it's grown. Then when you accept it, it's grown. So your acceptance of the truth, your acceptance of love is the extension and the creation of it. You're accepting your abundance. You deserve abundance. We all have abundance. We just don't know how to tap into it. When you accept the abundance for yourself, you have extended abundance. So you're not being selfish when you let yourself be rich. You're not being selfish when you let yourself know wealth. You're not being selfish when you let yourself have happiness. That is the extension of it. Now there's more of it in the world because now you are it. Then it goes on to tell, I don't understand, what is it about the Course in Miracles do you think that we have to not like? What is it about anything that I've said that would make a person not want to study it? What is it that would make it seem like this is tough? I haven't said anything that's tough. All I've said is accept the love, accept the healing, accept the joy. Allow yourself to be loved. Allow yourself to be happy. And allow yourself to be free. And you are now an extension of the healing on this planet. That's good news. That's good news. That's not, oh my God, ugh. Then it says, yet by listening to the voice of love, the love extends because you've accepted what it says. Health is the witness unto health. Love is the witness unto love. As long as it is unattested, it remains without conviction. What does that mean? It means that you don't have any conviction of your joy and your happiness until you allow yourself to have it. And then when you have it, you will be convinced about it. It's me feeling good and me feeling loving and me feeling connected to you that convinces me it's real in me. Notice that nothing that the healing is requiring is truly involving anybody else. If you notice, nothing I'm saying has been based on anybody else. It says, I'll be convinced of the love and the truth and the power when I allow myself to let myself have some love and joy. Then I offer it, then I receive it. So there's nobody stopping us from being happy. There's nobody stopping you from being happy. There's nobody blocking your happiness at all, except you haven't accepted the truth for yourself. Then you have something to offer, right? And who is the person you should be offering it to the most? So it should be the person that you've singled out as being the person that's most special to you, instead of the person you've singled out to give you what you think you want that you don't have. I call it being attracted to you. I just singled you out to give me what I think I need to be happy. Aren't you lucky? And if you feel the same way about me, I say it's a match made in heaven. So a match made in heaven is a person that you decided should make you happy. It's not their responsibility. Also, having singled you out is the one should make them happy. And it's not their responsibility. And y'all say, we're soulmates. We're going to both fill each other's holes.
Yeah.
That makes us holy.
It makes us whole. That's the problem, is we are whole. Now we need to be filled with ourselves. Then it goes on to say, and the reason why I work out the Course in Miracles book is because I'm not trying to give you my wisdom. I will not do that to you, right? I'm a messenger, right? And the messenger's job is to deliver the message and not to be attached to how people react to the message. It's just like the postman coming to your door, knocking on it, delivering a letter, and then he says, I'm going to stand here until you read it and see how you react before I go to the next house and make sure you're okay with that message you get. Okay, I didn't write the Course in Miracles, so I don't feel personally responsible for your reaction to it. I'm just delivering a message. See what I'm saying? And when I take a personal responsibility, my ego has gotten involved. And when my ego gets involved, I won't give you the straight message because I'll be too concerned about whether you'll like it or not. And I found myself doing that more than I should lately. I've been caring too much. I've been caring too much. And I said that that's not doing anybody in here a favor, because then it makes me want to hold back on what I'm being told to say to you, which is something loving. I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize for you coming here week after week and I tell you that you're brilliant, unlimited, and sensational. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. The amount of sadness I sometimes see when I'm saying this message is amazing. I'm sorry. You deserve to be happy.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yes. I'm going to keep telling you that you're brilliant every time you come through that door. I'm going to keep telling you you're sinless and guiltless and innocent every time you come through the door. I will not stop telling you that you're worthy and you're valuable. I don't care what you think about yourself. I don't care whether you come once a year or once every 2 years, or just when you think you're in deep doo-doo. And just take it as an aspirin. Oh, I feel better now. I'll come back the next time I feel bad. Okay? But this class is more than that. It's much more than you feel bad about something, can I make you feel good about it? It's about you letting go of everything that keeps you from having the miracles that you deserve, the love that you deserve. It's about helping us change our consciousness, because when you change your consciousness, you change your life. This is much more than friggin' money or a person to be in a relationship with or your career. or where you live. You can have all of that. All of that's freely given. We've been told you're innocent. You can have any kind of material thing that you want to have. You can express yourself in the physical level in love any way you want to. There's nothing stopping you from having things. You can have all the things you want. All of the things. As a matter of fact, you have all the things you want. That's what's going to be a trip for you to realize one day, is that you already have as much money as you really want. You already have as many relationships as you really want. You already have the kind of experience on your job that you really want. You're already living in the house or wherever you live that you really want. You already have the clothes that you really want. You already have everything you think you deserve. Already. It's what you think you have. That is what you want. Oh, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You are giving yourself exactly what you think you deserve right now. You have exactly the kind of marriage you think you deserve. You have exactly the kind of love life you think you deserve. You have the exact life you think you deserve. Right now. You might not like it because you don't realize you're creating it. You don't like it because you don't realize you're creating it. You don't like it because you don't realize you're creating it. You don't like it because you don't realize you are creating it. There's still some part of you that thinks somebody else is supposed to be giving it to you. And then spirit goes a step further, and then the created us goes, I have already given you everything. You're the one that's the kink in the hose. You're the one that's not letting it come in. I've already given it to you. Stop acting like I'm not giving it to you, says higher power. I've given you jokers everything. You just won't take a moment to learn how to get out the way so you can see it and receive it, and you're expecting somebody else to do it, and they never will. But the minute you decide you deserve it, you'll have hundreds and thousands of mighty companions that will join with you to support you having it. You don't have to do anything alone the ones you decide you're not alone.
Yes.
And you obviously aren't. Just look around. You're not alone. Feel it. It's many more invisible, non-physical presences in this room than there are physical presences in this room.
Right.
We're never alone.
Right.
So then it goes on, and it says, next, only when it has been demonstrated is it proved, and must provide a witness that compels belief. So when I demonstrate the love and I let myself be happy, then I have proved that it's possible, and I am the witness that compels belief. I am my own witness. I'll give Earl all the love you choose to give or not give Earl. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, baby.
I was just going to say.
I just saw a witness to how much I love myself. Did you see that? Did you notice again, nothing about what I needed to be anybody else proving it to me? See, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what you're saying.
Then it goes on to say, no one is healed through double messages. I love you, I hate you, I love myself, I don't love myself, I'm innocent, I'm guilty, I'm prosperous, I'm in lack, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm giving, I'm responsible, no, I'm a victim, oh, I'm a body, no, I'm spirit, no, I'm really, really peaceful, I'm in conflict. Nobody's healed through double messages. If you wish only to be healed, if you wish only to be loved, if you wish only to be happy, if you wish only to be loving, you allow yourself to be loved, you love yourself, you let yourself feel happy. You letting yourself be healed, you focusing on letting go of your blocks, your single purpose makes this possible. I got one purpose, to get Earl so together that he is nothing but a loving, incredible, helpful being for you and me.
That's the way I want to be.
Did y'all hear me?
Yeah.
You know, I'm working on myself. I'm studying and reading and doing the course and teaching these classes so that I can get every block that keeps me from feeling wholly, complete, and loving out of the way so that I have something to give to you. So I can let the love begin that will extend without my effort. And so all of a sudden, love will be coming back to me without my effort. I won't have to try to get your love. I won't have to try to get you to like me. I won't have to try to get you to give me attention. Because it's going to happen of itself once I allow it to get started. When I light that match of love and that paper gets to burning, then it's going to heat me up for a long time without me having to constantly make sure it's happening. Some of us have to constantly stoke our coals and stoke our fire all the time because we let it go out. And how do you let your fire go out? Stop loving yourself. Not loving yourself consistently. It's the same as letting the fire go out and then you got to stoke it again. And only you look for a new stoker.
Yeah.
So you're not a stoker, you're a stoker. And so I'm looking for my latest stoker. Anybody willing to be my stoker? So! S-O-U-L. So! I love this stuff. I love this stuff. And then it goes on to say that the only thing, he said, if you are afraid of healing, if you are afraid of love, if you are afraid of happiness, then it cannot come through you if you are afraid of it. So anything that you want to come through you cannot come through you if you are afraid of it. If I am afraid of love, then it can't come through me. If I'm afraid of abundance, it can't come through me. If I'm afraid of joining can't come through me. So if it's not happening because I'm afraid of it. So whatever's not happening is not happening because I'm afraid of it. And whatever is happening because I'm not. So love is happening because I'm not afraid of it. If there's no abundance in my perception of my experience, I'm afraid of abundance. If I don't have really loving relationships in my life, I'm afraid of intimacy. Wow, did you see this one answer after another answer after another answer and how simple it is? Then it goes on to say, the only thing that is required for a healing is a lack of fear. So whatever part of your life that you want a healing in, the only thing that's blocking it is a feeling of being separate from what you want. That's what fear is. I feel separate from it. But if I'm giving it to myself, how can I feel separate from it? If the only requirement is that I stop being afraid of myself, aha! Do you mean the ultimate fear is I'm afraid of me? Yes. You are afraid of your power. You are afraid of your power. You are very powerful, and there's a part of you that's afraid of your power. There's a part of you that's afraid of your beauty. There's a part of you that's afraid of love. That's what it's telling us. You don't have to agree with it. I'm just a messenger. I'm just saying what the book is saying. That's all. I'm just a messenger. All right? I'm not going to defend it. Okay? But how do I solve this problem? He says, well, remember that the fearful are not healed. So if you are full of fear, wherever you are full of fear, that's where you are not healed. So therefore you cannot heal. So if I am afraid of myself, I cannot be healed. I've got to be willing to let go of my fear. Our higher power is saying to us, guess what? I will absolutely shower you with the love that you deserve while you think you don't deserve it. I will give you love while you think you don't deserve it. But use that time where you don't think you deserve it to learn how to love yourself, and I will take care of you even though you don't love yourself. I will feed you, I will clothe you, I will house you, I will take care of you, but you need to be using that time to get rid of the blocks that you have to loving yourself because that's symbolic of your willingness to be healed. So don't tell me you want to be happy, but you're not doing anything to change your mind. You don't have any kind of spiritual practice that you're working on. In the meantime, I will provide, but you need to get busy on letting go of the blocks to you loving yourself. I will send you the people who are perfect for you to allow you to do that. The perfect relationships, the perfect situations, the perfect circumstances to allow you to let go of every block to you loving yourself. That's the promise. I will take care of every obstacle and everything else. But you have to make a commitment to your own healing and your own peace and your own loving of self.
Yes.
I ain't gonna do it if you're just complaining and that's all you're doing is complaining. Because that's just convincing you that staying the way you are in your perception of yourself is going to be okay. But I will completely be here for you every kind of way possible. But I do ask you to have a little bit of willingness to love yourself. Now, how do I do that? Let go of the idea if everybody else were different, you would be happy. Just one requirement. Let go of the idea that if something was different, you would be happy. If somebody were different, you'd be happy. If somebody else did something different, you'd be happy. That is the only idea that blocks your joy. One idea. That's it. One. If this were different, I'd be saved. 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 If they were different, I'd be happy. If they were different, I'd be happy. Not a part of you that doesn't want to change, that feels like, my God, you don't deserve to be happy. It's having such a hard time right now. The part of you that doesn't think you deserve a damn thing I just got through saying doesn't want you to hear a damn thing that I'm saying. Yeah. The part of you that don't think you deserve doesn't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Don't you even dare. I don't even want to hear it. Because I know if my mate were different, I'd be happy. I know if I had another job, I'd be happy. I know if I had won that lottery, the Mega Millions, I'd be happy right now. I don't want to hear that stuff. It's black folks' fault. It's white folks' fault. It's the police's fault. It's Trump's fault. It's the terrorists' fault. That's the idea that keeps every bit of your miracles from ever happening in your life. And the world presents you with constant justification for feeling that way, to keep you fooled and to keep you asleep and to keep you from having the joy you deserve. And I say you deserve it. You deserve joy. Yes. You deserve happiness. It's like the Course in Miracles say, God's will for you is perfect happiness. You're the problem because you don't want it for yourself. Not that God doesn't want to give it to you. I don't want to give it to me. I learned I was sinful. As soon as I got here, as a child, my religion taught me I was born in sin. It taught me I was born flawed just by showing up. Not only that, I killed God's son. I'm like, what? When did I do that? 2,000 years ago. I wasn't even born. That doesn't make no difference. Don't question that. Don't you question that. You are flawed. And then I bought it. I was a child. Children believe anything somebody greater than them says to them. It becomes a rule of their being. And then you create based on the core beliefs you have about yourself. So you're immediately given a core belief that you're flawed in some way, you're not enough, and that you're bad. And then you create a childhood that's hell for you, and you don't even understand how you created it. It was based on the idea that you're not innocent. The insanity and the violence and the killing that we see are coming from guilty minds. People who believe they're sinful and guilty, that's who's attacking everybody. I have parts of my mind that's like that. And you do too. You get upset about something how many times just this past week? That was attack thoughts on yourself. Just as much an attack thought as the person being a sniper picking people off at the top of a building. They're all attack thoughts. And the only thing that's going to get rid of that is love. For self. The guy had loved himself, he wouldn't have been at the top of the building.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's only the people who are broken and painful and in fear that's creating all the hell.
Yeah.
And we think the way to handle them is to attack them more.
Yeah.
As if that's why they're attacking. They're already afraid.
Yeah.
If you're a black man in America and you get pulled over and you see a policeman walking towards you, your first instinct is not, this is going to be officer friendly. So I go immediately, hands on the steering wheel. Hands on the steering wheel. He needs to see my hands. You wouldn't know about that unless you were in this body. But I'm not a victim of this body. I chose this body. Everything about this body is the perfect body for me to have to learn whatever spiritual lessons I need to learn in this life, and I chose it. That gets rid of my racism. That gets rid of me wanting to pick cops off. It's not seeing myself as a victim. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it's like to be a female. I don't know what it's like to be inside of a white female body, or a black female body, or a white male body. But there's a lesson for me to learn through being in this one. That's why I chose it. I believe I chose it. I don't believe I entered here and I didn't have any choice just because my mom and daddy got together and did the wild thing. Now that's how Earl showed up. Here I am. No, that's not how it works. And you all know that's not how it works. You all know that. You all know we're more than our bodies. You know we're spiritual beings.
Yes.
You know we chose everything that's happening to us. That this is a grand experiment in how to be loving that we see going on in this whole world. And as soon as we are willing to remember we're the one that chose to come here collectively as a mass consciousness, you were not forced to be incarnated in a physical body. You chose that because you knew it would give you the experiences you needed to have to learn how to love yourself more. That's why you're here. That's how you got here. And as soon as you own that you are a co-creator with God, that you are a co-creator, that you are not a victim, that you are powerful, we will see another experience all around us. But not until we wake up out of the illusion that we're just human beings who are victims of everything that happened to us, and the most important thing in the world is to get a flat screen. It's great to get a flat screen. I got several. All in the same room. I don't care which way I turn. It's almost like being in a bar. I don't feel guilty about that. I don't feel guilty about the stuff I do in the world. We've been taught this is neutral. This is innocent. You can take a vacation. You can go to Hawaii. You can do all that stuff. You can have a Mercedes and you can have a Kia. The universe doesn't give a hoot about none of that stuff. We worry about it. But you can have as much of it as you want. But what you want coming through all that stuff is love.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want joy coming through that stuff to you. Don't make any difference about that stuff. If I'm looking at you, I want to feel love coming through you. I don't want just your body. In that case, I could just go down to a morgue. I think I'll take that one over there. I think I want that one over there. And I can dress it up like I want to. And she won't give me no back talk. That's what a lot of men want, dead women. They can only use them for their bodies. Don't talk. You're messing up. You're messing up my fantasy. Be quiet. I was in love with you till you started talking. Shut up. Because then you could do my fantasy. I just want you for my fantasy. And you just want me for yours. You don't want me to show up as who I really am. That might not be your fantasy. So go to the morgue. They can do whatever you want to do. You just raise their hand up, raise their hand.
Too far.
I've gone too far. Challenge yourself for hearing this much Holy Spirit. I've gone much too far. Did you hear that course member teach? He said people should have sex with dead people. And they go, where's that website? I get more hits than I've ever gotten on any of my classes. So we're going to do the financial expression of appreciation. Do I dare ask for one? Do I dare ask for one? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I deserve to receive. I deserve to receive. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm gonna be standing on the corner with a sign, go have miracles. I have miracles. I trade miracles for grievances. I trade miracles for grievances. Boy, I needed to hear what I said today. Boy, I needed to hear what I said today. Boy, I am so grateful for you. Do you understand that? I am grateful for you. Hey y'all, listen, 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 listen. I am grateful for you. Don't tune that out. I appreciate you. I love you. Don't tune that out. The way of mastery says, we are masters at cultivating the art of distraction. That we are geniuses at distracting ourselves. Just out and out geniuses at keeping ourselves distracted from the truth of how loving we are. Those of you online, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the correspondence that you give me. I appreciate you. And also, if you'd like to do a financial expression of appreciation, you can go to my website, earlpurdy.com. And I'm available to work with you on a one-on-one to get past your blocks and my blocks. You're not alone. There are no original problems. You're not going to have anything that's upsetting you that's new and that hasn't already been solved. It's not, you think that the problem of how to have loving relationships hasn't been solved? Do you really think the challenge of having abundance hasn't already been solved? Everything we're striving to do, that we're worrying about every day, we have already been given the answer to. This is one answer. One. Notice I'm not saying this is the only way. But really, seriously, if this isn't the way, ask for your way so that you can have everything your heart desires. Because that's the way this thing is set up. It's for us to have everything our heart desires. And our heart really desires to be all that we were created to be. Our heart really desires to join with each other in love and happiness and peace. And if you want that one special person that makes you feel like you're really loved, then you're probably already successful at already just having one person that loves you. It's true. My mama is the only one. No, you're going to have the problem of having so many people that love you that you don't even know how you can get around to all of them. And that's when you'll start to realize that you need to only be in a relationship with people who don't try to make you feel guilty about when you can see them and when you can't. Because their lives are so full that they don't mind not seeing you because they're having a good time even if they don't see you. So when you do see each other, it'll be perfect because they're happy when they're not seeing you and you're happy when you're not seeing them. So you don't have time to get into a grievance about how much time you're spending together. You only get into the grievances because you're not happy and full yourself. If there's love all around you, you're not going to miss anybody. And they're not going to miss you because they're happy. So you're never making each other feel guilty about anything. They're glad to see you when they see you. But in the meantime, they party like a big dog. But if there's only one person that you love in the whole world. And if that person is anywhere else, you are tripping. That's your one love. And the reason why they're not there is because you're strangling them to death. That's a lot of responsibility to put on somebody. It is, it's ridiculous. But that's what we're taught to do it. Taught to do it, 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 taught to do it. I'll say one last thing. Nothing that I'm saying today means that conflict must be gone forever from your mind to heal. I'm not saying that conflict and fear need to be gone from your mind forever to heal. I'm not saying that conflict must be gone from your mind forever for you to be happy. But I am saying, just for one instant, love without attack. Just for one instant, love yourself without judging yourself. Just for one instant, let yourself love yourself. That's all that it's asking. It's not saying you got to be fear of guilt and conflict forever. It's just saying, could you just do it for a second? Could you give you a break for a second? Could you let yourself feel happy today for a second? He's saying to us that you could just love without attack. That's what we need in the world for an instant. He says, an instant is sufficient. Miracles don't wait on time. Your happiness isn't waiting on time. Your abundance isn't waiting on a certain amount of time. Your loving relationships are not waiting on a certain amount of time. They're waiting for you to practice the truth with yourself an instant. Love created me like itself. 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 Love created me like itself, which is the same as saying freedom created me like itself. I love you means I free you. 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 I love you does not mean I limit you. I love you does not mean I limit you. Love you. I love you. I free you. I free you. I free you from my scripts. I free you from my scripts. I free you from my demands. I can ask for what I want. I can have my preferences. You can ask for what you want. You can have your preferences, and you can receive your preferences, and you can receive what you want. But Holy Spirit, your higher self, God knows where everyone is that would be perfect for you. You don't know where they're located, obviously. That's not too big of a stretch, gang. So let yourself have what you deserve right now by loving you and freeing you right now. You're so precious. Cute little things, y'all. May the chorus be with you. I love y'all. Awesome. Y'all awesome. Woo! Hugs are available.